the exercise. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. Any questions, doubt before we start off? कुछ पूछना? Any doubt from what we discussed last time? मैंने वो repeat session भी करा दिया था bubble analysis का, I think some of you have missed that session.
No, sir.
Guys, last time कुछ question कुछ doubt है जो हम last time किया था, और for that matter उसके अलावा कुछ doubt कुछ question पूछना हो तो.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I have a question from stock market. Can I ask?
Yeah, Richard, go ahead.
Sir, in case of IPO, जब हम invest करते हैं, investor जब invest करता है पैसा, तो ultimately वो एक particular account में जाके company के पास वापस आ जाता है. मतलब company receive करती है application money जो भी receive होता है first time पे IPO के case में. बट एक बार सेकेंडरी मार्केट में अगर कंपनी आ गई है, स्टॉक मार्केट में वो ट्रेड होगा, तो वो जो ट्रेडिंग होती है, वो जो इन्वेस्टमेंट जो भी इन्वेस्टर करता है, वो पैसा भी क्या कंपनी के पास वापस रोटेट होकर आता है, या वो सिर्फ सेकेंडरी मार्केट में ही पैसा रोटेट होता है? उससे कंपनी की सिर्फ मार्केट वैल्यू इंक्रीज होती है, या इसके पीछे कंपनी को कुछ और भी मिलता है? अल्टीमेटली वो पैसा कैसे कंपनी के पास फ्लोट होता है? मतलब
नहीं, so only in the IPO the issuer, which is the company, receives the money.
Yeah.
And once the trading starts in the secondary market, so for example, if you're selling the share in the secondary market and I am buying the shares, and suppose it's Reliance, so you will pay and I will receive. It's not the Reliance who will receive. So my account will get credited and your account will get debited. So Reliance will not receive any money into this. It's only a Reliance ki shares ki value which is going up and down. So the money is not being debited or credited into the Reliance account.
okay. But sir, will it be reflected in its balance sheet also?
No, so the balance sheet is prepared on a historical data. It doesn't capture the current value of the shares. So any increase or decrease in the shares, the price of the shares will not have an impact on the balance sheet of the company. But of course, it will have an impact on the market value of the company, which is again a variable which is not being captured in the balance sheet.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt, question?
सर ये लास्ट लेक्चर में कुछ पीयर्स एनालिसिस हो गया क्या? हेलो,
पीयर एनालिसिस मैंने बबल के लिए बनाया था. तो
हाँ, क्योंकि क्या हुआ था सैटरडे शायद ओके हाँ वो समझ गया था. वो सैटरडे हम लोग ने अटेंड किया था तभी हुआ था, और बाद में संडे हम लोग ने अटेंड नहीं किया था.
हाँ, तो संडे को मैंने कोई एडिशन नहीं कराया था.
ओके थैंक्स.
Anybody else, any other doubt? हाँ जी, ठीक है. In case no, so uh, so what we'll do now, let's do goal seek. Now, so for example, if I have a done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what does goal seek do? Will do this formula helps us to decide the goal, and to achieve that goal, it gives us the relevant variable, the value of the relevant variable. So let's try this. So go to data, goal seek. Now set value. What is my desired value? Desired value is just 100. What I want, okay, if I don't want desired value to be 100 and I want desired value to be, let's assume 200, which of the variable which I want to be changed, let's assume I say, okay, let's change this. So, and if you click OK on this, so what it will give me, it will tell me that I've given the target of, I gave a target of 200, and now Excel has achieved the target of 200 by changing the desired value, sorry, by bringing this desired value to the defined target, and at the same time by changing the value okay. So this is called as goal seek. It helps you to seek, achieve the goal that you have defined. Any doubt in this? पूछिए. Complete कर लीजिए. I'm giving you a minute to stop. Doubts, questions.
So can you please repeat two value, मतलब जो आपने fill किया है, input किया है table से data set value, two value, वो एक second repeat कर देंगे क्या?
हाँ, so मैं पूरा repeat कर देता हूँ. So let me remove these arrows and let me go back to the original version. So ये original version था. यहाँ तक सबने plot कर लिया.
जी
Now go to what if analysis and goal seek. And in set value, select 100. And you want to change 100 to what value? So let's say I want to change this to 200. But you want to change this to 200 by changing which value? So suppose I want to change this 75 or a variable which is called as uncertain value. Say any doubt to this point.
No, sir, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. And then click OK on this. So it will give you the. So you give target of 200. The Excel has got the current value of 200 by changing the variable that you defined as uncertain value, and that is changed from 75 to 175. Okay. Any doubt, question on this?
No,
सर
sir.
गोल सिक्स स्टेटस कैसे शो हो रहा है? ये जो टेबल दिख रही है अभी गोल सिक्स स्टेटस.
ओके करोगे तो अपने आप आएगा ना. Click on the formula of the goal seek. It will show this.
Sir?
So somebody is asking some question.
Yes, sir. The value of the known value, if we change that, does the desired value change? Because I tried putting 85 there, my unknown value changed, but my desired value became 260.
This is what will happen, correct? Your uncertain value will remain same. If you change the known value, your desired result will automatically change. But this is not what you wanted to achieve. You wanted to achieve vice versa, which means you wanted to achieve the desired value should be set 200 and you want to do a back calculation. That's the objective of the goal. So you want to do a back calculation that the result is being defined. And then you say, okay, if this is the result, what will be the value that I will get? Rahul.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
And किसी और को doubt, are we clear with this? Okay, let's try and do it for some other example where it's more relevant. Sorry, I think my system got hanged. So now, yeah. So for example, if suppose if I'm selling these units, suppose I'm selling, let's assume 250 units, and the price per unit. Sorry, can you see my screen? I'm typing something. I'm not sure because I'm getting a pop-up that it's hang.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay. So let's say price per unit is 20. So sorry, 12. So my revenue becomes Anji. Create table like this. Now, so let's assume I want to say, okay, if my revenue, if I have to increase my revenue from 3,000 to let's say 5,000, I want to achieve this target of 5,000. Take care. I want to achieve a target of 5,000. That's scenario one. But this I wanted to achieve. So let me put this. So this one scenario one that I want to achieve is the revenue 5,000 by changing the price per unit. Let's do this. मुझे 5,000 का revenue achieve करना by changing the price per unit. ठीक है, तो ये मैंने इसको ओरिजिनल को यहीं पे रखा चलिए यहीं पे कर सकते हैं अगर आपको यहीं पे भी करना है तो. So just put the goal seek into this. Set value. This is my set value. I want to change this to 5,000. And by changing what? By changing price per unit. So this is what I will select. And click OK. So which means your revenue will not become 5,000 by changing the price per unit and keeping the unit sold same. Kariye. Kariye, I'm giving you a minute to complete this. Are you done? Similarly, now let's try this scenario B. So I want you to now test this, which means I want you to now try revenue by changing the unit sold. करिए ट्राई, आप ट्राई करिए खुद. बी ट्राई करिए, करिए ट्राई.
It's done.
Okay, so let me do this for you as well. So goal seek, again you want to set this. Okay, and I want to set this back to 5,000. Sorry, I have to go back to the original case, correct? So the original क्या था, ये 3,000 था, and this 12 rupees. Yeah. Goal seek, so this will move to 5,000 by changing the units. So this 1,000, changing this value now. So this is your second scenario. Any doubt in this, guys? This is important because this goal seek helps you to do vice versa calculation or reverse calculation, where you are able to set the outcome, and then of course you can change that outcome. And if I want to move from A outcome to a B outcome, then what should be my uh, upstream variables? That's where it helps you to calculate. Let me know in case anybody who has any doubt in any of these two examples that we've done. I'm giving 30 seconds. Try and absorb this and let me know in case you're in doubt, guys. Please feel free and ask. Guys, done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's do this one more example, which is more relevant from an investments and financial analysis perspective, because this is where we generally use this. So let's create a example around this. So if you remember, I think in previous, not the previous class, but I think a couple of classes, I think last weekend, yeah. I think we discussed about time value of money, correct? So where we discuss examples like this. So let me get this example. So now, or let me plot this in a horizontal format. Yeah. So now let's do my discount rate, and we discuss what is discount rate in the previous classes. So let's do my discount rate, or my rate is 10%. So and if you have to calculate the present value, Kari's discounting Kari 10% pay, we discussed this in the previous classes. Kari, so give me the total present value, guys. I'm giving 30 seconds, complete this. We've done this in the previous classes, so I want everyone to try this before I do this on the screen. Giving a minute, complete this. I want total present value of these cash flows. Yeah, Prokop.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
needs
Done.
more time. Okay. So let me now do this for you. So, this future value divided by 1 plus discount rate, which is this,
1%.
and then raised to power 1. Let me freeze this discount rate. And my total present value becomes the sum of this. Okay, so is everybody getting 332?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what I want you to find out that, see, if so suppose if you want to find out, okay, if instead of 10% discount rate, if I make my 12% discount rate, what would be my present value? So I can do this here, correct? So try and understand the difference. This helps you to do this calculation in this direction, which means if you change this to 12%, then what will be your total present value? This is what is possible with this, but not the vice versa. Vice versa means if instead of 312, let's say I want to set this, change this to 400. If I want total present value to be 400, then what should be the, so this is the calculation in the reverse direction. Then what should be my discount rate to achieve that 400 is not what is possible through this calculation, and that's where the goal seek becomes handy. If you understood where this goal seek would be helpful, and in terms of what we've done so far, what was the limitation of this kind of a calculation which gets resolved by a goal seek tool?
So
Right.
could you please repeat it? Because I'm noting it down. So,
Okay, so let me uh, put this on screen so that if you don't note down. So original case was 12%, correct? I'm typing this out for you. Yeah, you're fine with this? What I've mentioned?
yes, yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let's try
Yes, sir.
this. So if I make this 12%, I would get my answer as 312 now. So I can do this calculation. But so let me change this back to 10% now. But if this is the second piece which I mentioned in the row 27, it's not possible through this calculation. I need to then use the goal seek. देखो एक question है, and others as well. Have you understood where? So this is where the goal seek will come in. So this section there, which I've highlighted in green, or which I've put into underlined by green. This is where the goal seek will come in. Maybe the reverse
Yes, sir.
calculation there. We're moving from total PV back to the discount.
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Okay. Others, any question, query, doubt on this? This is critical. We would use this when we move to the modeling. Okay. So now try this. Curry bolsi curry. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Try this. So I want you to change the total present value to 450 and see what discount rate will be required to achieve this goal. See, will be required to achieve the total present value as 450. Can you try? Yeah. Let me. Guys, you done? Should I do this for you now? Okay. So now, so again, go to what if analysis, goal seek, correct? And you set the value as this now. And we want this to be 450. And by changing the value of this discount rate. Okay, यहाँ तक? And then say okay. So which means my total PV becomes 450. But for me to get the 450, the discount rate has to be 1%. Is everybody clear with this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर ये एक बार रिपीट दिखा दीजिए ना, एक्चुअली मेरा फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा था.
कोई बात नहीं. So let me go to the original scenario. यहाँ तक I think Siddharth was asking this, correct?
हाँ सर.
हाँ. So यहाँ तक आपने कर लिया है सिद्धार्थ, correct? 332 तक आंसर
करेक्ट
तक
ये कर लिया.
हाँ. So अभी जो रेड टेक्स्ट है वो देखो एक बार. The text which is in red.
Okay.
And see, can you calculate this combination without goal seek? Because आपको ये पहले समझना जरूरी है goal seek कब लगाते हैं. Then I will also explain you कैसे लगाते हैं. But what's more important कब use करना है goal seek. So the red text is what is not possible without goal seek. See this and let me know if you understood.
Yes, sir. I have understood it, but I want to know the process.
Yeah. Now, how to apply this? So, go to what if analysis, data, what if analysis, goal seek. I'm going to do slow so that you can catch this up. And then click on goal seek. So you'll get this table. Let me know once you get this.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Now set the value. Which is the value that we want to set? We want to set the total present value. Select this 332. अब इस वैल्यू को हमें कितना बनाना है? 450 बनाना है ना हमें.
Right.
ठीक है, तो टू वैल्यू में 450 टाइप कर दो.
Done, sir.
और किस वैल्यू को चेंज करके 450 पे आना है? डिस्काउंट रेट को.
Right.
अभी देखो, जैसे आप ओके क्लिक करोगे, ध्यान से स्क्रीन को देखना, आपको दिखेंगे चेंजेस हो रहे होंगे स्क्रीन पे. ठीक है, माइक्रो सेकंड्स पे रहेगा वो, बट ध्यान से देखना स्क्रीन पे. जैसे ओके क्लिक करोगे आप देखो वैल्यू चेंज हो रही होगी.
हाँ.
करेक्ट. और देखोगे आपका 450 आ गया और डिस्काउंटेड 1% पे पहुंच गया. तो एक्सेल ने पूरा वो कैलकुलेशन रिवर्स कर दिया आपके लिए कि 450 आने के लिए, because you set the goal as 450, to seek that goal which you gave to the Excel, which is 450, what should be the discount?
Correct.
That is what the goal sequence.
Sir,
Okay, got it.
sir,
Yeah, sure.
सर हम लोग शॉ फॉर्मूला करके गोल सीक को नहीं देख सकते
नहीं,
एंड जैसे डिस्काउंटिंग रेट है इफ अगर हम शॉ फॉर्मूला करते हैं सो इसमें डिस्काउंटिंग रेट 1% से भी लेस जा रहा है एक्चुअल में बट ये राउंड ऑफ होकर यहाँ पे ले रहे हैं
हाँ तो उसको तो यहाँ पे मैंने यहाँ पे एक्सपेंड कर लो.
Sir, I'm sorry, what is the Shaw formula?
Nothing. So I think remember we discussed last class. Show formula is you go to formulas and then you click on show formulas. So it shows you all
okay,
the
okay. Show
formulas.
formulas. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I thought Shaw formulas. वो क्या है? ठीक है,
No.
ठीक है, हाँ.
Remember we discussed this, I think last weekend. Not sure,
Yes,
but we
yes,
discussed
sir.
this. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Ishan, is this clear now?
यस सर क्लियर
ठीक है, चलिए. हाँ जी गाइस, किसी को भी कुछ पूछना है गोल सीक में, दिस इज वेरी क्रिटिकल व्हेन यू मूव टू द मॉडलिंग. सो प्लीज कुछ पूछना है लेकिन आई गिव यू 30 seconds try and drop any doubt, any query before we move further. Andy, any doubt in this?
नो
No,
सर
sir.
Okay. Now what I want you to plot this combination. अब हम एक कंपाउंडिंग गोल सीख करेंगे. हम डिस्काउंटिंग किया था. So for example, you go to bank and you want to invest 100 rupees into FD, okay, and for 5 years, okay, for 5 years. आपको 5 साल के बाद कितना पैसा मिलेगा? और लेट्स अज्यूम इंटरेस्ट रेट 10% है अभी. आपको 5 साल के बाद कितना पैसा मिलेगा? 100. और लेट्स पुट दिस 5. हाँ, तो आपको 5 साल के कितना पैसा मिलेगा? 100 into 1 plus 10% raised to power 5. Correct? Guys, यहाँ तक कोई डाउट?
नो सर
So what I want अगर if in future you want the future value to be 250, 350, 500 and 100, then what should be the discount rate? Sorry, not the discount rate, interest rate. करी ये सब कॉम्बिनेशन आप प्लॉट करेंगे गोल 6 and I want you to fill this table fill this column which is in orange. Kareem, I'm giving you 2 minutes. इस scenario सब complete करें.
Answer.
हाँ जी guys, done? हो गया
Yes.
सबका? ठीक है. Anybody who's struggling and get these values, otherwise I would move to the next now, because if you're comfortable with the phone, that's what we wanted to achieve. Anybody who's struggling to get this, any doubt, any questions before I close this pool? Yes. Yes, no.
सर एक बार बता दीजिए सर.
Sorry. बता
सर
दीजिए.
एक बार जस्ट. हाँ.
हाँ, एक कॉम्बिनेशन में बना देता हूँ आपके लिए. So for example, so data, then we go to goal seek. Set cell, which cell you want to set. You want to set this cell to what value? So first value is 250, and by changing this discount rate, sorry, just by changing this interest rate, which is this. ये फॉर्मूला बनेगा सिद्धार्थ. यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
हाँ यहाँ तक क्लियर.
ओके पे क्लिक करो. ये 20%, so यानी यहाँ पे आपको आंसर 20% पंच कर देना चाहिए.
करेक्ट सर, यही आया है सर.
250 करने के लिए 20% आपको चाहिए. That's the way you need to fill this table.
राइट सर, मैं आंसर वही आया आंसर मेरा भी. करेक्ट है. थैंक्स.
हाँ जी.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. So इसमें when we go to set values, so that time we have to manually punch in the set value figure. Can't we just assign the formula or a cell number there, or do we have to actually punch in the figure?
No, you need to punch in, because Excel doesn't allow you to refer that value.
Okay. And can we?
So let me. So for example, अगर आप यहाँ पे goal seek में जाओगे तो इस वाले में
this you have to punch in the actual figure.
हाँ, punch ही करनी पड़ेगी.
So multiple goal seek we can't do. We have to do one by one.
Yeah, one by one.
So like for 250 separate, 350 separate.
Yeah.
We can do this by data table. So what we had discussed.
हाँ, तो data table तो मैंने आपको सिखाई दिया ना. इससे पहले आपको data table
so ये same I can get the same values in data table also if I do a data table over here.
The difference is suppose इसको ही change कर देना चाहते हो like this. So then goal seek becomes helpful. But if you don't want to change the original value and you want to create a table like this, sorry, if you want to create a table like this, जो हमने create करी थी, then the data table will help. So it depends upon what output you want. इसलिए आपको दोनों सिखाया. अगर आप ऐसी table चाहते हो, अब इसमें अगर आप देखोगे तो original values is not changing.
Correct.
Original value तो ये था ना, ये change नहीं हुआ. अगर आप इसको ही change कर देना चाहते हो, तो goal seek help करेगा.
Okay.
It depends how do you want to present the data.
Correct. Okay, sir. Thank you.
To show you scenario manager, that's something that we use because that's very advanced version of this analysis. So whenever last मैं कराने का है, so वो करा दूंगा आज because that's the extreme advanced piece out of it.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
If you're comfortable with goal seek, then probably you can move to scenario manager as well. Otherwise, let me know in case you need doubt about this. Guys, any doubt on goal seek? Okay. In case no, so let's do now next tool, which is called a scenario manager. So now please focus guys, because this is the very important. Generally, this is used for very high-end analysis. So scenario manager, let me think of the case. Yeah, so let's do monthly income. Let's do 1,000 rupees, and these are my expenses. Suppose rent, food, travel, electricity, rent, food, travel, electricity, entertainment, and so on. So which means my savings per month. So my monthly savings. Okay. So let's say my rent I pay 100 rupees, food just I spend 40 rupees, travel I spend more, electricity is I'm getting 30 bucks, and suppose entertainment is suppose 150. So complete करिए यहाँ तक, create this table, then I will explain क्या करना. Table create and you done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see a scenario manager here. Click on this. Please focus. This is complicated and important. Now, let me first explain you what are we trying to achieve out of this. So if I click on this add and assume scenario name, so let's assume the current scenario. This is my current position, correct, in terms of income, in terms of expenses, and so on. So this is my current scenario. So I've given a name to this scenario, which is current, and then I'm linking these values to this. 560 फॉर्मूला है इसलिए वो करने की जरूरत नहीं है. And then click OK on this. करिए यहाँ तक करिए guys. Isha, in case you're trying to ask anything, I can't hear you. ठीक है. Guys, please create करिए यहाँ तक, complete करिए यहाँ तक. Done? यहाँ तक हो गया सबका? So if you click OK on this now, and we go back to this, sorry, if we go back to this scenario manager, क्या हुआ है नहीं? Sorry. So create what's the current scenario? Current is okay and okay, and then close. So which means if you click on scenario manager, yeah, you will see this one of the scenarios being added as current. करिए यहाँ तक. Done? सबका आ रहा है यहाँ तक?
Yes.
Now if you click on this and say so if you click on this and say edit, it will yeah. Now suppose now add another scenario. So suppose this is my current income. Suppose let's assume suppose in case I get promoted, so then what will be my income? Some certain values will change. Scenario will change. Okay, so let's plot that as well. So let's add. So I'm adding another scenario, promotion. Okay, so if I get promoted, then the values that I will be changing is what? This. So I'm click OK. So this is now, this doesn't help too much because if you see this, I change point 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just getting B54, B55, B56, B57. It's not helping too much what exactly it means. Okay. So why we are not getting B52? Yeah. So this doesn't help, correct? So what I will do, I will give cell name. And how can I give a cell name? So we can go to this formula, define name. So I can create name here. So suppose monthly income, correct? That's the one way to do this. ये आपको सिखाया था पहले. Guys, यहाँ तक clear है?
सर एक्चुअली आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये सिनेरियो मैनेजर का फायदा क्या है यूज करके.
हाँ तो भी करते हैं ना पहले correct. So I have not explained that piece as of now.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
trying
sorry,
to first
sorry.
create scenarios. Let's plot those scenarios, and then when I will run those scenarios, then you will understand what's the objective. So I understand
Okay.
the objective is still, I think we discussed, but for that I have to create a couple of scenarios to show you what it does for us, what it can do for
Okay.
us.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So give the name. So that's this is the one way to give the name. The another way to give the name is you can click on this and just go here and type monthly. It will not take space, so you can just type monthly income. That's one way to add. Another way to add the name. So if you click in this now, यहाँ पे monthly income नाम आ जाएगा. ठीक है. अब ये इस सबका मुझे नाम देना है तो एक साथ अलग अलग देने की जरूरत टाइम लग जाएगा. So what we can do, we can create selection. So for example, click on this create selection. Okay. So I can select this entire row. Sorry, not the row, the column, and say create selection. And then I want to take the left column for the name. I click on this and say OK. Okay, so you can see this 100 is been given a name of rent. यहाँ पे एड्रेस बार में रेंट आ रहा है. मैं अगर 40 सिलेक्ट करता हूँ तो फूड आ रहा है. 120 सिलेक्ट करता हूँ तो ट्रैवल आ रहा है, एंड सो ऑन. कंप्लीट करिए यहाँ तक. दिस इज न्यू क्रिएट सिलेक्शन. ये मैंने पहले नहीं बताया. दिस इज व्हाट वी डूइंग टुडे नाउ. How can we add a name to the entire range? Exam is what we're doing today. How can we add a name to a particular cell individually that was done earlier? Complete करिए. हाँ जी, हो गया.
Done.
Okay. So now let's go back and create scenario. So data, what if analysis scenario manager. Now if we add a scenario of let's do promotion and say and I will select the rows. So this is what I want, and then okay, click OK. Now you will see this. This is important. पहले यहाँ पे कोई नाम नहीं आ रहे थे. Now you will see this. This becomes easy for you to read 100 क्या है, 1000 क्या है, 100 क्या है, and 40 क्या है, and travel क्या है. So that's the advantage that we've got by adding names into this. Guys, for doubt?
No, sir.
Jusnia, this is the first piece. Of course, this is not why we are using. This is not an answer to your question why we are using scenario manager. That's still to be done. But this is the answer to question why we were adding cell names. Because if I have added now cell names, and when I run scenario and when I create scenarios, along with the respective tabs, I can see the names of the values as well, which helps me to understand this better.
G.
Okay. So let's move further. So I say, so if I get promoted, so let's assume मेरा income 2000 हो जाएगा. अब मैं यहाँ change कर रहा हूँ. Or let's assume I will move to probably a different place, and my rent will also become, let's assume, 500. And of course I will travel more, so my traveling expense will go up. And suppose I will spend more on the entertainment as well. So let's assume 200. So on. Say OK. And say close. करिए यहाँ तक. So now you will see in scenario manager, you will see these two scenarios. Done? Complete करिए आपको मैं. I'm giving you a minute. Complete this. Done? Now,
Done.
let's come to the just the question पूछा why we are doing this. Now this is your current position. Suppose this is your Excel, correct? Now suppose I want to get the other scenario on the screen. I just click promotion and say show. So my values will change. It will show me the scenario which I've selected. Similarly, I can Sneha, does this answer no question now?
Yes, yes.
It will not change anything on your screen in your Excel, which means I can create 20 scenarios, and depending upon my requirement, I can choose which scenario I want to show it to the user, and then accordingly I will select that, and the Excel will populate that. Similarly, you can add another scenario. Now let's add another scenario. So let's assume I want to add another scenario. What if you change the organization? So job change. करिए एक बार अपने हिसाब से नंबर डालिए इसमें. करिए guys. Do this. Whatever numbers you feel comfortable, you want to change this. करिए. I want you to add this scenario. हाँ जी, done. So let's assume if I change job, so let's assume my salary will go up. So from 3,000, and suppose the rent becomes 550, travel becomes suppose 400, and something like this. So we are comfortable of create कर दीजिए. ठीक है. So similarly, now you see this, you would have 3 scenarios. Now you can manage the show. Suppose you want to show job change, just click on this, it will come. So your monthly savings will go into negative. Oh, so that seems, I want to edit this now. Okay, so that's where it is. कुछ पूछना है तो पूछिए. Guys, Sneha, are you clear in terms of what is the advantage of this?
Yes, sir, I
If
got
I
it.
show you one scenario on the screen, at the same time the other scenarios are not deleted, it still remains into the Excel.
Correct. मतलब instead of making new tables every time, एक ही table के साथ जो change करना है वो change करके you get the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can create 20, 30, 40 or 100 scenarios, and you can pick and choose whatever you want.
Oh. Okay.
हाँ जी, किसी कुछ पूछना है, कुछ डाउट प्लीज लेट मी नो. Any doubt on scenario manager, guys?
Sir, I have a doubt, not a doubt, it's just a question that, this is very useful, but is this the only way to put data manually in this particular scenario manager? I mean, or if there is any other way? So we can.
मैनुअली कहाँ क्रिएट किया? एक बार सिनेरियो क्रिएट किया ना.
Yes.
So वो भी मैनुअली कहाँ पिक किया? वो भी हमने यहाँ से पिक किया ना, वैल्यू से. वो वैल्यू को जो चेंज कर रहे हो, अगर आपके पास कहीं और लिखी हुई है, लेट्स अज्यूम आपके पास एक दूसरी वर्कशीट है जहाँ पे आपके प्रमोशन की सैलरी लिखी है, आप वहां से लिंक कर दो. मेरे पास लिखी हुई नहीं, जैसे मैंने टाइप कर दिया, बट एक ही बार टाइप किया. उसके बाद तो अब जैसे मेरे को प्रमोशन का स्टेटस देखना, तो मैं आई जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दिस एंड से शो, तो मुझे वो वैल्यूज दिखा देगा. मैनुअली कहाँ क्लिक कर रहे हैं, या डबल क्लिक कर दो जॉब चेंज पे, वो वैल्यूज दिखा रहा है आपको. Anirudh, I'm not sure. Is this what you're trying to ask? Does it answer your question? Hello.
Yeah, sorry, sir. It was a network problem.
Yeah.
Very sorry.
So have I answered your question?
So sorry, couldn't hear you the whole, sir. So
So,
could you just repeat?
yes. So you said that why we are adding this manually. We're not adding manually. We're just creating different scenarios, and for those different scenarios, if you have values already typed into some different cell or some different worksheet, you can link to that. If you don't
Okay.
have,
Okay. Got it, sir. Yes, sir.
but
This
then
can
after
be
that,
very useful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got
yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Understood. So if
it's
I
very
have,
useful.
yes, sir.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying if I have another table, like say employee data or something data, and I have to show to my manager one by one, employee to employee, like employee wise to my manager. So it will be very useful in that manner as well.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
I can make scenarios, and only in one table I'll have to just select the employee
yeah.
name and it will show the data.
Correct,
Got it, sir.
correct.
Thank you.
So what I've shown you now, I've shown you extreme possibilities now before we close this up in terms of how this entire analysis is being done. So for example, if you want to show this to your boss or to your client, something like all together. So this is what we use, guys, correct? Anirudh, you want to show all the scenarios to your boss together
Yes,
into
sir.
one Excel, एक साथ दिखाना है. So this is what it helps.
Exactly. Correct,
ठीक
sir.
है?
Exactly.
Goal seek is the reverse calculation. इतना आउटपुट चाहिए तो कितना प्रोडक्ट बेचो. एंड सपोज यू वांट कि नहीं यार सारे एक साथ नहीं दिखाने, मैं पिक एंड चूज करूंगा और एक्सेल में वही दिखना चाहिए. दिस इज वेयर द सिनेरियो मैनेजर कम्स इन. सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड तीनों का ऑब्जेक्टिव बहुत डिफरेंट है, एंड यू नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुल व्हेन टू यूज एंड व्हिच फॉर्मूला टू यूज और व्हिच टूल टू यूज फॉर व्हिच ऑडियंस. अनिरुद्ध?
Yes, sir. Got it. Completely understood that, sir. So it's like a goal oriented. If I have to show a client that he wants to achieve that for 500 in 5 years, then I'll use this goal sheet. If I have to show him different products that I already have, then I can use a scenario manager and things like that, sir.
करेक्ट. एंड आपको सारे रिटर्न्स कॉम्बिनेशन उसको एक साथ ही एक टेबल में दिखाना है, देन आई विल यूज दिस डेटा टेबल.
Yes, sir. Data type. Correct. Exactly. In one go.
गाइस मैंने आपको ये काफी हाई एंड करा दिया है बिकॉज बट this is what we use from a corporate perspective when we do these analysis for the clients. But I'm not expecting this too much at this stage of your career. Once you get into this modeling or evaluation side, because it generally of course goal seek and data table still probably will be able to use this, but the scenario manager is a tool that generally are being used at a very high end analysis. So of course you will be using this when you go up and probably start getting into those complicated transactions, but of course probably might not be too much handy or too much you'll be using on a day-to-day basis in your immediate or initial stages of your career. But still I think it's important for you to understand, because this is what we use. This is all what we use from analysis perspective, and that's what it completes the entire what if analysis. We've done all these three. इससे कुछ पूछना before we close?
Sir, I added out.
Yes,
Now
sir.
does a query. So there are in this what we did scenario manager, there are only 5 line items: so rent, food, travel, electricity, and entertainment. So there might be a scenario where there would be a multiple, like hundreds of line items, and in that if I have to 100 select correct, but 100 में से अभी if I have to change 100 में से 50 change करना है, तो वहां पे जब मैं edit करूंगा, I'll create another scenario and I'll start putting in values. So that time I'll have to manually like punch in the figures. जैसे rent change किया हमने, food change किया, travel change किया. So वो 100 line items का अलग अलग से हर एक individual जाके change करना पड़ेगा. और is there if I have
एक बार तो करना पड़ेगा ना यार.
ओके
एक्सेल को कैसे पता लग, सो एक्सेल को मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि अच्छा मेरा प्रमोशन हो जाएगा, तो एक्सेल को कैसे पता लगेगा प्रमोशन होने के बाद आपकी सैलरी कितनी हो जाएगी, आपका रेंट, वो तो एक्सेल को बताना पड़ेगा ना. या तो आप कहीं और टाइप करो, वहां से उसको पता लग जाए, या either you define into the scenario
correct
manager,
sir.
somewhere कहीं ना कहीं तो डालना पड़ेगा ना आपको.
करेक्ट सर. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज कि अगर मैं इसके आगे लिख देता हूँ कि बाबा 20% इंक्रीज, ठीक है, ऑन द साइड ऑफ इट आई सिलेक्ट की रेंट इनटू 120%, सो दैट आई हैव अ एक्सेल.
वो भी चल जाएगा.
वहां से वहां पे लिंक कैसे देंगे, क्योंकि वहां पे तो पंच दिखा रहा है ना. व्हाट इफ में इफ यू गो,
हाँ, so
अगर मैं अपने व्हाट इफ में जाता हूँ,
ठीक है, I add a new
हाँ, if
scenario.
you-
Suppose
correct
जॉब चेंज की जगह मैं कहता हूँ लोकेशन चेंज.
correct
लोकेशन चेंज.
हाँ,
एंड से
we said okay.
अब यहाँ तो टाइप ही करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ करेक्ट, दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज वंडरिंग. यहाँ पे तो टाइप,
हाँ कोई चॉइस नहीं, यहाँ तो टाइप ही करना पड़ेगा.
करेक्ट.
टाइप के साथ कैलकुलेशन कि 20% बढ़ेगा 30% बढ़ेगा, वो पहले से कहीं करके रखना चाहो तो यहाँ पे टाइप कर दो, और अगर नहीं करके रखा तो यहाँ पे करनी भी पड़ेगी कि मैं लोकेशन चेंज करता हूँ. अच्छा, मेरा रेंट कितना हो जाएगा, रेंट शायद बढ़ जाएगा, चलो ठीक है, चलो
करेक्ट. बट हियर आई हैव टू पंच इन.
या वो करना पड़ेगा. उसका कोई एस्केप नहीं है, बिकॉज एक्सेल नीड टू नो कि वे सिनेरियो चेंज होगा तो सिनेरियो में कौन सी वैल्यू चेंज होगी और कौन सी नहीं होगी, वो तो बताना पड़ेगा ना मुझे एक्सेल.
करेक्ट. जैसे आई वाज जस्ट कंसर्न कि जैसे बाहर एवरीवेयर एल्स वी आर गिविंग अ रेंज, सो वो रेंज कैन इट पिक अप द वैल्यूज आल्सो इन द रेंज.
आप समझो मैं आपको बताता हूँ. आई थिंक आप फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे ये है, ठीक है, अब आप कहते हो मैं एक और यहाँ पर टाइप कर देता हूँ और इसको लेट्स अज्यूम 2000 कर देता हूँ और इसको 400 कर देता हूँ. आप ये बोल रहे हो इसको इस रेंज को मैं पूरा सेलेक्ट करूँ, यही बोल रहे हो ना?
राइट.
बट दिस इज नॉट व्हाट द सिनेरियो मैनेजर चाहता है कि आप एक्सेल पे स्क्रीन पे कुछ दिखाओ ही ना.
करेक्ट.
तो अगर मैं टाइप एक्सेल से लिंक कर दूंगा तो फिर सिनेरियो मैनेजर का फायदा क्या? सिनेरियो मैनेजर का फायदा ये कि स्क्रीन पे एक ही कॉम्बिनेशन रहे. अगर आप ऐसे बनाना चाहते हो कि 2000 यहाँ पे, ठीक है, और एक यहाँ पे रख लेते हैं 1000 रुपीज की इनकम, तो ये तो ऐसे ही बन जाएगा, आपका टेबल बन गया. ये तो सिखा चुका हूँ ना आपको, यही तो डेटा टेबल था. डेटा टेबल यही तो था कि एक साथ सारे सिनेरियो दिखाने हैं.
Okay.
So this is possible, but this is not what the scenario. This is not what scenario manager is built for. Scenario manager is built for कि एक्सेल में एक ही बारी में एक ही दिखे स्क्रीन पे और किसी को कहीं कुछ वैल्यू नहीं दिखे अगर आप नहीं चाहते तो.
Selective.
जब तक वो सिनेरियो मैनेजर सिलेक्ट ना करे. यस.
करेक्ट. ओके.
और हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग जैसे मैंने सपोज इफ आई रिमूव दिस, सपोज मुझे फ्रेंड को या क्लाइंट को या बॉस को भेजनी है जिसमें मुझे सिर्फ ये सिनेरियो दिखना है, तो जब वो सिनेरियो सिलेक्ट करो और इसको पासवर्ड लगा के भेज दो फाइल को. प्रमोशन, ये लो. अब इस फाइल में अगर मैं पासवर्ड लगा दूं तो कोई भी यहाँ पे खोल नहीं पाएगा किसी और सिनेरियो को.
करेक्ट.
और पासवर्ड आपको सिखा ही रखा है मैंने.
राइट.
ठीक है, चलिए guys, किसी को कोई doubt before we close? I'll clear with all this now. So what I've done, I've completed this entire what if analysis, and for that I've already told you that yes, first two is what probably you would be using. Second, the last one is something which probably you would start using in the future, of course after some time of this financial modeling or valuation journey starts. But of course this is still relevant for you to understand now. Guys, ask them any doubt, question before I close.
So,
Yeah.
can we do nested scenario managers? Like example, one place where all changes, one place, example rent and food changes by a certain percentage and everything.
वो आपको अलग से कैलकुलेट करके एक्सेल में मैन्युअली पंच करना पड़ेगा. सो फॉर एग्जांपल आप कह रहे हैं रेंट 10% से इंक्रीज हो जाए, तो वहां पे जाके सिनेरियो मैनेजमेंट 10% को फॉर्मूला पिक नहीं करेगा, आपको 10% कैलकुलेट करके वहां पे मैन्युअली पंच करना पड़ेगा. यही आई थिंक स्वप्नी पूछ रहा था. सिनेरियो मैनेजर आपको वैल्यू मैन्युअली डालनी पड़ेगी. वहां पे फॉर्मूला 10 500 रैंड इंटू 10% वैसा नहीं कर सकते। ऑप्शन नहीं दे
Okay,
रहा ना
okay.
आपको
Thank you.
यहाँ पे
Understood, sir.
आपको ऑप्शन नहीं दे रहा ना। चलिए गाइस, लास्ट एनी डाउट बिफोर क्लोज?
No, sir.
चलिए, in case no, so I will stop here, but what's the agenda for tomorrow? अभी तक हमने जितना भी किया है स्टार्टिंग से लेकर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग एक्सेल, इवन बिफोर दैट वी डिड द लैंडस्केप, स्टार्टिंग से लेकर आज तक जितना भी किया है आप पूरा आज रिवाइज कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है? कल आपका डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन होगा। सो टुमारो द एजेंडा विल ओनली बी टेकिंग योर डाउट्स, बी इट इन एक्सेल, बी इट इन नॉन एक्सेल। क्लियर है? व्हाट्स द एजेंडा फॉर टुमारो?
Sure, sir.
तो आपको आज टाइम स्पेंड करके अपने डाउट्स जो है एक पीस ऑफ पेपर पे आप लिख लेना 1 2 3 4 5, and tomorrow when we start you can start shooting those down at me and then I will take it forward from there. ठीक है?
Sure, sir. Thank you.
चलिए, thanks, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.